What is up, my brothers and sisters? So, I wanted to debunk some things, and one of the things that I find hilarious is that people think that there that there's an artificial sun orbiting our planet. And then like you can see a comment right here it says this is just a sample of what is orbiting our planet right now in front of our real sun. What? Are you serious? First of all, if there was something if there was something like this orbiting our real sun, you know how much power it would need to power all these lights? Second of all, what do they do when some of these lights burn out? Do they just keep sending rockets up there? I mean, every rocket I've seen so far that they've tried to send up there, like let's say SpaceX, has literally exploded before it even reached space. So as far as I can tell, like we can't even get into space. You know what I mean? Like there's just no way. Like I mean, failure after failure, and it's like, why are rockets blowing up going into space when I thought we already had the technology to get into space? I don't quite understand. Wouldn't you just build the same rocket that you built that was successful, right? And go over everything that was successful in the first place, right? Check. Gas, check, right? A launch pad, check, right? You know what I'm saying? Everything is in check. They're like, check, ready, ready, check, check, right? Successful rocket attempt. The one successful rocket attempt you would want to follow that blueprint, right? Like there's no reason why rockets should be blowing up every time they try to go to space. Just copy the blueprint that worked, right? Like why does it have to be any different? Like there shouldn't be no. Anyways, back to this. These guys are trying to show how impressive this machine is by putting sausages and using only a couple of lights. First of all, this isn't that impressive. I want you to see how close the sausages are to the lights in the first place. It's like little sausages. I mean, look, it's literally like right there, right? So they only use like, I don't know, like four lamps just to heat these sausages up. And I'm like, that's not that impressive. I mean, technically, you have it under four heating lamps, like at a restaurant, right? Like, you only need one to keep the sausages warm after they're cooked. It would make sense that if you have four or five heating lamps on these sausages, that yes, it would start cooking the sausages. If you went to a restaurant and they had like five heating lamps on the same sausages, like when you walked up to the buffet, they'd be literally smoking, right? Like all charred, right? You know what I'm saying? See, so to me, that's not that impressive. So I left a comment and I was like, it'd be real impressive because this isn't believable to me. What's believable to me is if you turn on all these lights and you put these sausages like a football field away. Right now, let me see the power of these lights and how long it's going to take to cook these sausages. Then I will be impressed. Because, as far as this goes, like, this is not that impressive. Like, honestly, I could go to a restaurant and be like, hey guys, let's get all the heat lamps and put them on these four sausages and see if it cooks. I guarantee you, we're going to be like, wow, they're starting to smoke, right? I'd be like, I know. Second of all, something else I want to show you. This guy says he's controlling lightning with just his hands. As you can see here, he's using Tesla coils, which are putting electricity through the Tesla coils. So he's not really controlling lightning, he's manipulating the lightning. He's got like a metal glove and they're pushing electricity. So he didn't control the electricity, right? Like it's funny how people just like say these things, right? And it's like you're not controlling, you didn't like form lightning out of like nothing, right? And like power like your RC car, or like, recharge some batteries or something, right? Or like charge your phone, right? With like nothing connected. All he did was manipulate the lightning. That's like one and the same as me stomping on an ant pile and be like, I can control the ants. Watch me piss them off, right? And then like I stomp on the ant pile and all the ants start coming out. Like that's not really controlling the ants because the ants are pissed and now they're going to start biting me, right? If you did not have that glove or he was not doing, whatever he's doing to manipulate, this lightning, his ass would be charred in an instant, right? Like he's not controlling the light. You're not controlling the lightning, dude. You're more like manipulating it, right? Like you didn't cause the lightning to come out of like nothingness, right? And then you just like started shooting it from your hands, or it came out your eyes or something, right? And then like you charged your phone, right? And you didn't even have to like connect it. Like he's not really controlling it. Like I said, they'd be like stomping on, like I'd be like, look, I can control these ants. Watch me make them come out, right? And I just like stomped on the ant pile and I pissed them off, right? And they all started coming out. Like chances are, if I just like stood there with like no protective gear or whatever you want to say, right? Like pretend like it's a glove or something, right? And I got like these special boots on. I'd be like, the ants are not going to bite me, right? But like I didn't really like control them. I just pissed them off and like made them come out, right? Like they're gonna crawl up my leg and like bite my ass, basically, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying.